Trying this again. Hello. Hello. Okay, yes, I'm back. I see bars moving. Hello and welcome back, everyone. The only thing you missed is that we're back. It's been about 2 months, and of course our tech broke while we were waiting. My lovely players are here. We are not joined by Feather today. However, Feather should be back in our next session. Thank you very much, Raku, for telling us that I was muted. Had no idea. I would love if all of my lovely, lovely, lovely players could introduce themselves for us one more time. Starting with, let's go with May.
Okay, sure. I can do that. Ooh, boy. So, I will say, to prep for the session, I did rewatch the last VOD, which, if anybody wants an update, you should go watch on at least YouTube.com. Anyway.
That's not my handle, but I appreciate the plug.
At least.youtube.com. It's an Elise. I know that.
It's not an Elise.
Is it not?
It's an Elise RPG. Somebody took my handle before I could get it.
I typed just that in, and that's the one that pops up for me, okay? So. But yes, I am May. I play our half-orc cleric named Fig, who had to talk down a child from becoming a forest. So he's very relieved and is struggling his way through this quest of ours, which we'll get there eventually.
Sure will. Yuka. Sunny K, who are you and who do you play?
We've become the same person. Hello, my name is Sunny K, and I play Yuka, the Witch of the Woods, the steward of the Lord Bestial and Lady Verdant, and she is very much relieved that her patron goddess is on the up and up. She is alien and unknowable and not too dissimilar. Valentine and I were talking about how, in all ways except literal and physical, the Lord Bestial and Lady Verdant are Morticia and Gomez Adams.
Yes, we were.
So we are feeling this little 33-year-old Wednesday is very relieved that her mother is feeling better.
I was really confused about where that we were talking was going, but yeah, no, you're right. We were in fact talking about that. Last but certainly not least, Rose, who are you and who are you playing?
I'm Rose. I play Cam, perpetually confused about life changeling druid. I would have figured I'd figure shit out over the course of this campaign. I have not, but I've gotten used to that, so it's fine. That's happening. I'm here along for the ride, but yeah.
And that is our lovely party for today. Now, one thing that I will tell you all about is the fourth member of your party, Throgan, a Kenku artificer, has been tinkering away in the background and has left your party temporarily, heading back to his workshop in Ironcliff. He promised that he would catch up with you, and since you three were planning on heading to Ironcliff anyways, you didn't see any, reason not to split the party at this time. And that is going to bring us to the start of today's session. Now, I've already rolled my d4s for today. If you check the stream, you are able to see those d4 rolls.
Oh no.
Don't worry about it.
What would I do?
It's not the worst it could be, but it's bad.
We do. Don't worry.
I know, heart. So, Cam, Fig, and Yuka, you three took some time to rest. You took a few days, 3 total, after curing the Lady Verdant, bringing Shinda back to his normal, black-haired self. To rest, to recuperate, to take a single millisecond to breathe. Because that's something none of you had really gotten a chance to do since you were sent out only weeks ago to retrieve research papers from a manor. In the time since then, infection has spread rapidly across at the very least 2 cities, possibly more. You've been gone for 10 years, lost in the Feywild. One of you gained a son that you didn't know about. 2 of you, time was spent, and your professors and your family didn't know where you had been. Fig, you, during this rest period, received a letter tied to the foot of a carrier pigeon. It was from your admissions office, stating that due to the continued missed payments of tuition, your degree has indefinitely been put on hold.
I didn't have that on autopay.
Fig no. Fig no.
You didn't submit the grant application on time, so the money wasn't there.
Oh no.
There is an additional letter, Fig, from your supervisor. And it simply says, I've not heard from you in a while. If in some way this reaches you, let me know you're okay. This paper is old, this paper is yellowed. This bird has had this paper for longer than you would expect.
Yeah, he's probably used to like really long detail like of me finding like one wool in a forest somewhere, and yeah, this entire blank space of time that is nothing. Yeah, there's definitely a few people that think I'm dead. Yeah.
But you are, as far as you are aware, alive. And kicking.
So
Now.
as far as I'm aware.
I don't know if you confirmed it with anyone else.
Medicine check?
Yeah, sure.
Hold on a
If
second.
I have the heartbeat, my heart would also be like in my chest right now.
18. Do I feel, is there a pulse? Is there a spirit of necrosis touching this man?
I mean, this man is certainly alive. There is a spirit touching this man, but it is his own. And also something else
Yes,
that is
I am.
telling you not to look at it.
Yep.
It's too much yellow anyway. She's overwhelmed.
Does Yuka get sensory overload from yellow? Good for
You
her.
could get sensory overload for everything. She grew up outside without a screen.
This is true. This is you know what? This is true. No further comments, Your Honor.
She did also grow up surrounded by what effectively comes down to murder by the boatloads.
Yeah. Anyways. You have all chosen, after your 3 days are up, to make the trek back towards Ironcliff. As you said, as I said, you were to meet Throgan there. On your way out, nothing is different, nothing is amiss. The forest parts in front of you, as Yuka you would expect it to. Nettles and brambles included.
I leave an offering for the lady before I go.
Of course.
A big thing.
Of course.
Like Sheena and the Lord Bastille and I go out and we hunt a stag together and we leave that for her.
Yeah, of course. You leave the forest onto the main roads. And the first thing that all 3 of you notice is that these roads are not frequently traveled. Where there used to be deep wagon tracks, Now there's grass growing along the pathway. For a main trade highway, that is unusual. As you continue walking, you see that the evidence of the trappers and the traders is fewer and older. Until you approach the gates of Ironcliff. A big stone-carved gate leading into the mountain itself, enticing you to, walk down these stairs into inside of this sea cliff, towards where you know there was a bustling metropolis. There are signs out front, 100 meters away, warning you to turn back, warning you to not enter, to not come closer. Where usually there would be guards posted at the gate, mostly just to make sure that people can get in safely, you see but a single man. Where usually these guards would be young, spry, part of a fraternity more than anything. The man sitting out front. No, the dwarf sitting out front has a long gray beard. Fig, you would notice that it's braided in a military style, a general's style. And you see that a dwarf sits there with naught but an old book to keep her company.
Sorry, I had an idea.
Travelers, you should not be here.
Normal travelers, we are not.
Fair enough. Can you read?
We can,
Yes.
and we can make choices based on what we read.
Understandable. I am not here to stop you from entering. I am here to warn you that if you do, you do not come back out again.
When last did you step foot inside?
Many, many moons ago.
May I ask, is there still a chain of command occurring in the city?
There is both an internal chain of command and an external. I am the external. And you see that this old woman stands up from her stool and gives you a, to the minutia, perfect dwarven military salute. General Huscati. Former General Huscati. Nice to make your acquaintance.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember if we've met her as
We haven't,
these people.
but we've
Okay.
met her.
Okay.
You have heard a story about her. You have heard a story about her.
But Leaks and Shifty met her.
Yes. Okay.
Fig, you would recognize this name.
Yes.
What can recognize this name, even if only because,
Yes.
Fig may have talked about it?
First of all, you would absolutely recognize this name because Saoirse, the blue-haired gnome that you saved when you reappeared the dragon statue, spoke about a Huscati. Specifically spoke about Huscati being the life partner of one of the other dragons.
So, can I just go, grab Fig's shoulder, calm the fuck down?
Yes, you can.
Well, I felt like I know this person. They've got records written about her. It's fine.
There are so many
General.
records about this person.
Yeah. enter, we have information we have collected that. I'm sorry, now I'm trying to remember the name of the doctor that we talked about. Is that also? No, that's a Moreau.
That is that is also a Huscati. That is Dr. Huscati Moreau.
It was Mr. Hoscati Moreau.
It was Dr. Scotty Moreau.
Sorry, you've approached like the Smith last name of this universe.
We were hoping to find Dr. Piscotti Moreau, as we had been tasked by her in a collection before the plague started to occur, and then we went to Baratara on her behalf.
Internal chain of
We
command.
did have a detour in the Feywild, so I know it's been a while.
Well, that explains the ghosts I'm seeing.
I'm gonna look around me. Do I see any ghosts?
You see no ghosts.
Okay, great.
You tell the spirits of which you speak.
Four adventurers who brought a sickness into a city and then disappeared. Those sound like ghosts to me. The first one, the feathered one, I wasn't sure if I could believe my eyes.
Can ghosts not make amends?
I never said they couldn't. I simply said it was unusual to see them. Now, please, don't let an old woman keep you. And you watch as she walks over towards a large, geared hand crank. And with hands and joints clearly taken by arthritis, you watch as she starts cranking the gates open, just enough for a person to walk through.
I lean over to Cam. Hey Cam, can you are there like, obviously it's been a while since we've been here, are there more cables than last time? And are there any connected to the general?
With that, I will start looking.
Cam.
I want looking for cables.
Cam, you see that there are cables spilling out of the gates as they open. They begin snaking out almost like a tide of thick, brackish water.
Oh.
They're not connected to anything. They're flailing around like cut tentacles. But they are there, and you see that they are writhing inside of Ironcliff. You do not see any connected to Hoscati herself. You do, however, see a small creeper vine that seems to tie around her rightmost pinky and snake off in the distance in the direction of Cathdun.
To where?
Cathdun. Cathdun is a desert city on the southwestern corner of the map. Fig, this is...
It has been something to study.
Not the black cable, it's something else, right?
Yeah, it's something else.
That's her wife, baby. Her wife lived there, baby. Druid recognized Druid, baby.
Say.
Anyways.
Something Silurian touched.
But yes.
There
That,
are
you
no
do...
cables in the direction of the study?
No, there are no direction. They're like writhing around her, but you notice that they're never able to like attach to her, if that makes sense. It's almost as if they're like brushing up against a wall of force around her.
She's not allowed.
You do see 3 other things, Cam. 2 other things, Cam. 3 other things, Cam. You see
Thank you so much.
2 golden wires, strings, rising one from Yuka and one from Fig up towards the sky. And
Oh, that's good.
Cam, you have a book in your possession. It's a book
I
that
have
is
a-
embossed with a rose on the cover.
I don't have that book.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'm
what
aware. I'm aware that Throgan has it. I'm keeping this in the party for right now.
Okay. I
For-
apparently have a book. I can't carry this book. I'll be overburdened. I have a strength of like 5.
Someone has this book. From this book,
I have a 7, never mind.
you see 2 strings. No, you would only see 1 string from this book. Traveling towards the 3 of you. It is black, dark gray. However, if it catches the light, you notice that it has a shimmer of gold around it.
Quick question.
Yeah.
This book, were we given it by me?
Yes.
Then I would not be carrying it. Then someone else would be carrying it.
Throgan was the one who had it.
I've sworn off all the possessions in the circle surrounded by light. It says my.
Yes, of course, yes. I forgot about the circle.
Would Fig be more likely to carry it in that case? Or
Fig carries books.
Yeah, the thing is, I didn't want to because it's like his body. And
Oh, it's the body book.
Give it to me. I'll take it.
Fear.png, alright.
it's like
Oh.
I'm fine with books when everything from them is dead. It's just that this is also like an alive person, so I don't like that.
Here's a question for Fig. In the 3 days that he was at Yuka's house, did he read any of her books? Because if so, I've got bad news for him.
I'm like, question: would I have recognized them as books?
Yeah, they're books. They're bound in leather and parchment and vellum.
Yeah, I mean they don't have to be.
Okay, so
Oh.
in any case, Yuka has this book.
Books.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
books.
I'm saying,
I have the book. I got it.
Right.
I'm clarifying. He's fine with like
Wait.
skin and books with like leather. It's just that if the cow was still alive, it wouldn't like if they took the skin off and the cow was still alive somehow, then it'd be weird.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, Rose?
You mentioned gold things coming up from Yuka and things, but you didn't mention gold things coming up from myself.
Correct.
Okay. Just checking that I didn't miss that one.
Nope, you're correct.
Why?
Is Cam the only one who can see the strings right now, or we have to do a
I
skill
mean,
check for that?
you can give me a perception check if you want to see the strings.
Let's see if I can perceive you. Bam.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I'm
maybe-
actively looking up at the shining head, so.
19.
Yuka, you get the distinct feeling that there is something there, but you're not able to actually see it. There's something there just by process of there should be something there.
And the fact that Cam's looking up at something.
Yuka,
Yeah.
you get the distinct feeling that there are 3 strings leading upwards.
Could I try to do a... So by process of
He's gonna think we're insane.
a process of elimination, Cascadi's looking at a woman who's fucking would be barefoot and is covered in old bear pelts and shit. So me looking around probably doesn't do anything, but you looking around might look a little weird. Could I roll Arcana to see to do a scope on it? Because by process of elimination, you can know something is there. Could she try to clock something using the more spiritual or primordial sense?
I'm not going to say that you're going to get a better look at it if you roll anything like that, but you would get different information if you were to roll an Arcana check.
That is what I want.
Okay.
That's cocked.
No, that's a different game. That's a Call of Cthulhu joke.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, let's go. With a dirty 20, you are going to be able to very distinctly feel the type of magic that tends to associate with the figure of light. The best way that I can describe this is you think about cleric magic and paladin magic, and also warlock magic to an extent. But it's something sort of different from all of those. It's not quite the distinct divine magic, it's not quite the pact magic. It's similar to both and yet different. You would be able to recognize that on the other end of this wire, there is... at either end of this wire, there is, like, you, Yuka, and then on the other end, there is something else more powerful. But you're not able to get, like, a good look at it from where you are.
Okay.
It does distinctly feel, Yuka, like a gentle lead.
Does she get the feeling that if she pulls on it... No, screw it. She's just going to pull it. She's going to pull it and see what happens.
Yuka, as you pull against it, you feel on the bridge of your nose, near the fleshy bits of your face, pressure. And if you keep pulling, it's going to just slowly start to become painful.
She is going to pull to the degree of pain that it would cause a migraine.
Okay.
But not any further. Like she's gonna keep pulling and see what else comes with that.
Yuka, as you keep pulling, and Cam, you're gonna see this as well. The line up above Yuka goes taut, where previously it had been straight but not pulling. Now it has tension inside of it, and you can see Cam and Yuka that there is an additional amount of magic that seems to be being channeled, not down, but into the wire. Yuka, you get the sense, the arcane sense, that while you are pulling against this wire, you are also doing exactly what it wants you to do.
Bear that in mind and develop a plan. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You still have a migraine.
Also, just a reminder, it's looking at my character sheet. Currently level 10.
Yeah.
So
Level
I
10.
have a fifth
I-
level spell
I
that I
have
haven't
a level-
chosen yet. So.
I have a level 8 sheet that was sent to me, so.
Oh,
No!
hold on. Hold on, DM's looking. Yeah, that's because in the Foundry you have a level 8 character sheet.
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
I'll be back. The only thing that really matters at this point is because nothing else upgrades, I think.
You would get a little bit of druid stuff, but nothing
Yeah,
ASI.
but I've left this open separately.
Perfect. Yes. So that you see that the gate to Ironcliff is open in front of you.
I think
Okay,
But,
so
yeah.
there's the wire. I definitely can see, and they maybe can.
Yes.
What happens if I poke them with my like, what's it called, quarterstaff? Can I physically move them, or does it have to?
Cam, I need you to roll me a wisdom save.
Oh, I can do that. I think I'm okay, so.
we've done this before.
You have done this before.
Yeah, but we need to get in somehow, and we better to poke it with it than poke it with myself. Well,
You
it's a
learn
natural
nothing.
20.
You learn nothing.
Wait.
Sorry, did
Cam,
you say natural
wait.
20?
So if you can
Cool.
see it,
Yeah.
natural 20.
Cool.
You learned
I don't-
everything. You learned everything.
Cam, I don't know if you want to wait until General Piscati is out of range.
It's fine. It's fine. I just ruined some plans.
Cam,
Love you.
love you. Cam, you see inside of Yuka's mind
What?
You see, first of all, you see yourself, you see as normal. However, you also see what Yuka is seeing and experiencing. And you see dozens of strings. This wire is not a wire, it is dozens and dozens of intertwined strings that lead to her eyelids, that lead to her synapses, that lead to her marrow, that lead to her spirit. And you have the very distinct idea that you know exactly how to tug on these strings to make Yuka dance.
Oh boy.
You also know that if you follow this up, you think you can follow this up, you would get to that same realm that light resides in, or the being cloaked in light resides in.
So touching the black stuff makes the gold stuff more clear.
Wait, did you touch the black stuff? I thought you touched Yuka's wire.
No. I want to go into.
Oops.
Ironcliff.
Never mind. That doesn't happen then. You touched the black stuff.
Okay.
Well,
Have that information. Free information. Yay.
Cam accidentally touches Yuka's wire on the way. just brushes past it like, oh!
Oh.
Oh!
Touching the black stuff.
It's like you're playing Operation.
You hit the little buzzer.
Just get zapped with some weird arcane knowledge that you weren't supposed to have.
Touching the tendrils. You feel goop on the end of your quarterstaff. It's just a little bit goopy, it's a little bit tarry, it's a little bit like tacky to touch. It's different. It's the same infection that you know, so there's nothing strange there. You don't think that these are going to immediately subsume you. That said, you do get the very distinct feeling that the air inside of Ironcliff is thick with infection, and is thick with this just life-sapping presence. You, from touching these wires, would know that trying to move around Ironcliff is going to be a struggle, the likes of which you will have to take every single step incredibly carefully to avoid getting infected yourselves. That said, the infection, at least Ironcliff's infection, is also strongest here. And if you can somehow get to the heart of this, you might have a better chance in curing the infection. It will come at great cost to yourself and your compatriots.
Okay.
Is it time to turn into birds?
Well, we have one who can. But I will. You can become a bird. Feather is somewhere. Feather is somewhere in here or around here or.
Throgan is in Ironcliff as far as you're aware.
Yeah. So I tell them about the goop and how touching the goop will be no good, but I don't know yet how long it will take to get bad. We have the slight issue of me being the main person who sees them.
What we can do, I pulled my own string, and I received a message that is what I was intended to do. Perhaps it's worthwhile to explore what happens when we go all the way up.
But I don't want to go up.
Why?
Because that's where the light beam is.
And
And
if it is, what will
probably
happen?
just to stuck it.
And if it is, what will it do?
I don't know. That's the
Then
issue.
you should-
If I knew, it would be less terrifying, huh?
Well, it sounds to me like the one way to quell your fear is to see what exactly it will do. And that way,
Just like.
at least
all
you'll
my
know.
therapists.
Chamomile, for better or for worse, you have a job to do. You have been given a role and a task. It is your choice whether you will take it up and whether you will make it happen.
Destiny.
And I cannot force you to do anything. Well, I could force you, but I would rather not.
All right, Yuka.
But like trying, I'm really stubborn.
She went home for 2 days and remembered, oh yeah, I can do this shit. This is stuff that I can just do.
Oh no, she's remembered her power. She's remembered who she was.
Well, alongside that I don't want to be there, how do you propose to get there? Because you look very suffocated when you were pulling on the thing. And I doubt dying is the way to get there. If it is, I'm not joining.
Perhaps there's a way to get up there while providing a small amount of slack to the point where nobody horribly injures himself on the way up.
I mean, you do remember what happened when you brushed the wire.
So I canonically did brush the wire?
Yeah, mine as
Yeah.
well.
Okay.
I gave you the
Sure.
information anyways.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it's like having like a marionette doll and knowing that doing this makes the arm go, but then not being able to actually do a puppetry show.
You didn't try.
No, but like just conceptually, that would be very different from theoretically knowing how to do shit.
Cam,
Yeah.
do you have information that you've not shared on the nature of how this works? Because if so, I give you permission to try and figure out how it does.
Yes, very interesting. You're supposed to be the least trusting man among us. I figured
supposed
if
to be the
someone
what?
was gonna let you be the least trusting one among us. I figured,
Yeah.
like, if anyone was gonna let me experiment, it would be Fig and then betray it for science.
Yuka's gone through an arc. We're good.
What?
Character arc completed. I don't know.
I've fulfilled a core portion of my responsibility to my family and to my patrons. Now I have a responsibility to the rest of the world, so whatever is out there doesn't come back in. And if that means putting my body on the line to make that happen, though I would rather that I do it with you and not someone that I have no idea of anything about. So she holds out her hand for Cam to do whatever.
Okay. I guess Cam will say, like, a prayer in Sylvan, like, please don't have me mess this up.
Wait,
Yes, you know this. Yes, Fig. Yes, Fig. You're able to translate this.
I think Yuka hears it and she just.
Plus guidance. Because that's a cantrip that I can do. I just like pat Cam on the back, and that's the guidance for.
I will say that will jump scare the shit out of Cam because Cam's very scared because it is dresses suddenly like a pup.
Oh, I love them, Your Honor.
I love when we get to this slapstick. That makes me happy.
Yeah,
Okay.
You get 1d4, Cam. For
So.
an ability check.
Okay, so with what I like briefly noticed, I'm not gonna say does it have a manual because it doesn't, but would there be an intuitive sense to
Yes.
what things would do?
Yes, you intuitively know how to play this instrument. To use your own example.
Okay.
So Cam, what does Yuka do?
I figure this is not necessarily the easy. Okay, Cam kind of think it's easy because Cam's a druid who's done this shit before. Can I try and turn? Cam tries to turn Yuka's arm like feathered, like
Yuka,
she's.
you feel your body begin to wild shape. You see feathers begin to sprout out of your arm. Bright red, male cardinal, middle of winter.
That's different.
And you feel it progressing through the rest of your body until you are a bird. It feels the same as your normal magic. You have used a charge of your wild shape for today.
It's okay.
However, Yuka, you didn't feel in control of this one. It's an imperceptible difference. The only reason you think you are able to notice it is because you had already been looking at the arcana behind this wire. The magic pull came from a few feet in front of you and not from way up above you. That is the only difference.
She's going to, well, now she's a cardinal, so first what she does is she wasn't expecting to become a full bird. She falls on the ground.
The bird just like bounces a little bit.
And you see, like, you know how cardinals just kind of already have, like, an angry-looking plumage to them? Like, you just look up and you see the most, like... Then she flutters up. Gender fluid Yuka for the win. She still looks like a male cardinal. She flies up, and she flies in the direction of the pole, like, specifically looking for the pole of Cam to see what happens when she meets it completely.
I mean,
Like, when she closes that gap in its entirety.
the pole is gone after the wild shape is completed.
Oh. Okay.
If you fly towards where the pole came from, you are going to fly into Cam. Physically.
Cool, she does it.
Bonk!
You good?
You are being silenced by Discord.
Cheep, 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 cheep. I would try to do a cardinal call, but I don't remember what it sounds like.
That's fine.
I don't speak bird. Are you still Yuka? Yes or no?
She, like,
Speak with animals?
yes.
Why would I be able to speak with animals? What kind of druid do you think I am?
A druid!
A druid! I'm sorry, I didn't know that not all druids could speak with animals. I'll make sure that I don't put my...
Are you able to resurrect the dead?
There is absolutely a bird that's just on a branch somewhere nearby and is like, what the fuck? And Yuka's like, don't talk to me.
It's a blue jay.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Did that feel painful?
She shakes her head no.
Did that feel the same?
She shakes her head no.
Okay. It helps. That's what I hope. Yeah, question. You're the smart one.
Actually,
She warbles over to his, she like hops to his hand instead.
Great.
I mean, now that you're currently a bird, I suppose you can't quite see where the wires are like congregating. Let's see.
I have an
It's
idea.
like I want your
Yeah.
eyes in Yuka's head. That's not gonna work.
Can Fig see the wire? Fig hasn't tried to see the wire yet.
Fig has not tried to see the wires.
That's
Okay,
true.
this is a cross over something of like consent, but can I like touch Fig's wire to see if I can make his eyes see the wire?
Here's a question for you, my dearest Rose. Do you want to roll again?
Oh. I'm very worried what will happen if I say no.
Can Yuka like peck at Fig's hand and then like where she knows the wire is on her own hand to like gesture to him like
You have a hand?
Look,
Sorry.
look at it. What?
You have a hand?
I don't.
You're a cardinal.
Fig.
Yeah.
No, can she peck at Fig's hand to show her where it is on her own hand when she's a human person, when she's a half elf?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
God, you pedantic fuck.
And that's my superlative. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I missed you guys.
To my brother. I missed you a lot.
Yes, you can peck at your hand. Fig, can you roll me a perception with advantage?
Yeah, sure. Hey, look. I've got physical dice.
Whoa! An
Um,
RD&D game? No way.
let's see. Just perception. Wait, sorry. What did you perception plus what?
Just perception with advantage.
Oh. With advantage. Oh, okay. Well, you're not getting better than my first one, which was a 19.
With a 19, you're going to have the same thing as Yuka, where you can't see the wire itself, but you're able to basically intuit where it is. And like Yuka as well, you intuit 3 wires, one on each of the party members.
Okay. It's like my. You're talking about my hand, but it's like. I'm wondering if Fig's just like straight from like the center.
Can
of
be.
Some their mass.
Yeah.
That, like that's to me what Fig would be like. It's just hands. What? Do you want me to like toss you up? Is that what you want me to do?
She's like with her beak, she's like pecking at the air where the string would be.
Something. Okay. Something there.
Oh man, this blue jay is completely ruining my street cred.
You're not communicating well!
Well, look who's had his entire lifetime worth of practice and who's trying to figure it out on the fly.
I'm really sorry, Yuka. I'm really bad at translating bird.
Translating bird.
She's like, this is only one of my 2. I want to milk this for all it's worth.
That's why I was hoping that you could like fly up and see where like the mass of like the wires would congregate in the city, and then we could go there. But if
That is
you
something
can't-
she could do.
Say that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you want her to do that? Because she'll do
Yeah.
that.
yeah. If you'd like to do that, you can do that. It's just that Cam can actually view what's currently happening, not the black
She-
wire. I'm talking about the black.
I mean, you can also roll a perception check for the wires. You got a 19, you can see the wires.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like, you both got a 19, you can see the wires. You see the weird tendrily wires that are just sort of flapping around in the air.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
She's gonna fly all the way up and see where the heart of it leads.
Yeah,
In the mountain city? Oh, right.
it's inside the mountain city,
If she-
yes.
Because if she can see where the wires are, can she also can only Cam see the goo, or can Yuka also see the goo?
I think that's synonymous with this one.
What? Sorry, I did not understand that question.
Like, there's goo with the wires, correct?
Yes.
Can Yuka see the goo as well, or can only Cam see the goo?
Yuka can see the goo as well.
Okay, then she is going to bob and weave to try and flit through the mass to see where the heart of it leads.
Yeah, so as you begin to flit inside of Ironcliff, the moment you cross the threshold, you feel that the air is charged differently. It feels thick, it feels heavy. It doesn't burn as you inhale it, but you do feel it coating all of your airways as you breathe it in. It's almost as if the saturation, it's almost as if the brightness on the world has been turned down more than you would expect going underground. I'm going to immediately need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw. As a cardinal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mental stats are still the same in both cases.
Yes, but Constitution is a physical stat.
Guessing I can't
Oh,
retroactively
yeah.
put guidance.
No, I actually
I'll
want
let
to
you
try
put
it.
guidance if you want to put guidance.
DM, which stats would you like me to use?
Is there a small bird?
I've got. Hold on. All of these are categorized as tiny beast. I've got hawk, owl, raven, eagle.
Raven would probably be
Take Raven.
Raven. Constitution saving throw, you say?
I do say Constitution save and throw.
Okay.
plus 1d4.
Plus
Say,
1d4.
Sunny.
Plus 1d4. Okay. It cancels out. I got an 18.
You feel the shuddering, just sickeningly thick air enter your lungs, and steel yourself against it a little bit and fly onwards. As you begin to fly down, you fly through the merchant levels. You don't see necessarily an end to this. As you fly further, you can tell that the closer you get to this, the more difficult it's going to be to traverse. You start to see people wandering around aimlessly, getting lost halfway through where they're going. You see people with masks over not only their mouth and nose, but also covering most of their body as if they don't want to touch the infected at all. Every so often you see dwarves wearing the uniform of the fraternity with flamethrowers, torching storefronts, torching clothing, and in some cases, torching bodies. As you continue flying downwards, would you like to proceed to the third level of 15?
Yes.
I need another saving throw.
Still with guidance, or did I use it all
Nope,
up?
it's been used up.
Okay. Not a natural one.
Oh no.
You take a shuddering breath in. It doesn't burn. It does feel tingly. Like when your limb is waking back up. Just a little bit unusual, but nothing necessarily to concern yourself with. Do you fly onwards? Sorry, let me tell you what you get on level 3, because you're already on level 3. As you fly through the third levels, it's the start of the residential, it's the start of the government sectors. You see that a lot of the government buildings are shuttered. There are guards posted outside, many of them with flame weapons, fireballs, such like that. You see the doorway to the general's quarters, the big carved doors with Marogue and Bouffe carved on them. You see them shuttered. A single enchanted door knocker that says, in case of needing Haskari Marogue, use this. As you fly down to the 4th level, you see absence of people. This used to be a very bustling community hub, and now there's nothing going on that you can see. It is empty. Do you fly on
How
to
are we doing for wires?
The wires keep getting thicker.
Are there still places to like perch and land and catch breath?
Yes.
Okay. She's gonna find a place to like perch and just like
As you
but
take,
I think she would keep going.
as you take one of these thick inhales, you see that the wires seem to accumulate and seem to coalesce in a very specific workshop. In a very, very specific house.
Okay.
Out front, there is a sign for magical repair.
Yeah.
Do you go inside?
If that's the central point where they coalesce, she's going inside.
Con save. Disadvantage this time.
Seven.
You fly inside. You manage to just barely squeeze your cardinal body through a gap in some of these wires, still thrashing, but now also throbbing. Almost as if they're consuming chunks that are traveling down them, like a mouse travels through a boa constrictor. Inside, you see two figures. The first looks avian, covered in metal, covered in leather and metal, a mask across a face shaped like a beak. You see he carries bottles glowing with potions, along with a Glock on one of his holsters.
No bigger.
The other figure was elvish. He is still elvish. Messy, greasy black hair. Eyes that are sunken in from too many late nights reading too small of text. He's wiry, even wirier than the last time you saw this doctor.
Damn bitch, you live like this?
I don't know if living is the correct term for it, Yuka. You see these wires growing out of his center where his heart should be, writhing within his skin, tearing flesh out as it moves through these wires and away from this body. The few pale veins you can see are black with tar and with grime. He screams, and yet no sound is coming out.
Does
Yuka.
Throgan still have
Yuka.
Breaker on his person?
Yuka.
Yeah.
You see, first of all, you see Breaker, not on his person, but sat on a bench nearby.
Okay.
Secondly, you see two additional wires, a golden one coming off of this figure, coming off of Throgan, and one that is hollow and colorless, coming off of Vassal, that ever so slowly, a single drip of tar drips down the length of it
Perfect.
and into his bloodstream.
Is there a place where Yuka can stand without touching the wire?
In this room, no.
Alright. I have an idea. I need consent from the other members of my party because it may end up with Yuka being infected.
So go ahead.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, you're a single
You're the
bird
wrong person.
in a town full of poison.
She
What
drops her wild shape. She grabs Breaker. She names it Curse Breaker and drives the blade into where Vassal's heart should be.
Alright, I'm going to need an attack roll from you just to see if you crit.
Okay.
You will hit him. He is sitting still. You will hit him.
What am I adding to this?
Just an attack roll. Just a melee attack roll.
Okay.
I think you have proficiency with short swords, so you get your proficiency bonus.
Proficiency with short swords, and we're treating it as a dex or as a strength weapon.
You can choose dex weapon on this, so I don't see a. No, you can't choose dex weapon. Sorry, it's a strength weapon. Whoop.
Okay, perfect. So 1 + 1 + You've got to be fucking kidding me.
What was it?
You've absolutely got to be fucking kidding me.
What did you roll?
I think I just got a 7.
Like I said, he's an unarmored man sitting on the ground, so it's fine. You're gonna hit him regardless. I needed to know if you crit.
I got an 8. I got an 8. It's the curse of Elise, baby.
Cam.
Yeah.
You are still
Okay.
tied. If you want to be, you could still be connected to Yuka's wire.
I think, would I be able to speak that Fig would follow it up. Like,
You could speak and basically explain to Fig what you're doing. You could also, if you have an idea on how to get Fig, if you have an idea on how to get Fig keyed in as well, you could try that.
yeah, Fig can see the spread now, yes?
Yes.
Let's see him.
Okay. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna explain to Fig what I did to Yuka and tell Fig to do the same to me.
Okay.
And with that, I'm hoping I can help with Fig's rolling.
I will need a wisdom save from Fig. Because you do know what's about to happen, Fig. I would say that you are allowed to cast aid on yourself if you so choose to. Cam, you can add your wisdom modifier to this roll.
Okay, that's 7.
That's a 7. Oy. Oy vey.
Oh no, hold on, mental math.
I'm going through my spells. Hold for a moment. I mean, I could. That's kind of range. That's. Sorry. Sorry, the remove curse is by touch. I don't know if it can work through multiple people.
I'm not touching.
If you were to cast remove curse, only Cam is currently in your range.
Yeah, okay, that works. Makes sense.
Yeah, you'd have to tie into Yuka's thread if you wanted to cast it on Yuka.
Yeah.
Put the remove curse in Cam. Cam puts the remove curse in.
That's
Yuka.
we're not train carring spells here.
Hey. I have it on good authority that people who are very big train enthusiasts like this show. We should be pandering to our audience.
You're right. The next one's Wild West Cowboys on Trains. Let's go. This is not. Do not hold me to this. This is not the plan.
We did do
We're
that.
just doing the wisdom save, yes.
Wisdom save plus if you give yourself guidance plus 10.
Yes.
So, I am proficient in wisdom saving throws. Okay. Is that... Because I am proficient in that, on my sheet, there's a number, and that's already added the proficiency.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yes, okay. I don't want to double anything. So, there's that, and then plus a little d4. That's a 22.
With the 22, you can absolutely see all of the wires. Congratulations. You also, touching Cam's wire, get the same sense that Cam did. This singular gold wire that goes from Cam up is actually hundreds of thousands of just coiled and entwined strings. And you can now pick out each single string and know this one uses a spell slot. This one would move...
I didn't actually add the 7 of Cam's.
So it's a 29?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get everything that they did when they touched Yuka's. You also receive information that there are 5 endpoints to this thread, to this wire. One is Cam themselves, one is you.
Yeah.
Then there are 3 above. One of them is reachable by you. It's very, very high. If you had to guesstimate, it would be in that same realm where you met the being cloaked in light. The other 2 are somehow even further away.
That's you, baby.
Yeah. So, yeah, Cam, I understand that we have this marionetting going on. What did you want me to?
Okay, so what you can, like, I don't know exactly how I did it, but I just connected to Yuka. My thread should not be connected to Yuka. If you can find them, she might also be able to look through Yuka's eyes.
Fig, hearing this
Maybe.
explanation, you're able to basically sort of parse out, and you're right, you can see what Cam sees. And so it's basically you're getting that you have your monitor, and it's already split between what you see and what Cam sees. Now the side that Cam is also split between what Cam sees and what Yuka sees. We're getting recursive here.
Yeah.
So you,
I'm like, I need my third eye to open, and I need other eyes.
He has one of those. Fig has one of those.
Your forehead starts glowing a little bit. It's vertical.
I'm using a lot of magic here.
Yes, you are.
Let's see. And then I see I'm gonna say like Yuka's got like a bad connection, so it's like a little stuttery.
Yuka, the slideshow.
Is that Vassal? What?
is it? Okay. Is it pre or post stabbing?
Fun fact, as you say that, you watch as Yuka picks up Cursebreaker and names it Cursebreaker and begins to plunge Cursebreaker right into the writhing center of all of these wires and ink. Yuka, you never feel the blade. You've never felt a blade do what this one does. You touch one of the wires, and at first it is like pushing through honey or molasses. Then you feel something cut like sinew. The blade jolts forwards, and finally plunges into rest in a rabbit heart. And this is where we're going to take a little break before I explain
A rabbit heart?
Wait, what?
You son of a bitch. What have you done?
And we're gonna take a break for a little while. I aim to be back in about 15 minutes. We'll see. It might be a little bit later. Stay tuned, and we will catch you after the break. and if my laptop can catch up, yeah, we're back. Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. Sorry, my laptop really did think about freezing there for a second. Hello and welcome back. I would like to preemptively apologize for any drill noises that begin happening. The neighbor has begun to do construction at this lovely, almost 8 p.m. hour. So, where we left off, Yuka was about to stab, or had stabbed, the heart of Vassal Vitales, a doctor. A doctor who, unbeknownst to the party, has spent the last 10 years they've been gone trying to stop it from spreading further throughout Ironcliff. As you stab the rabbit heart of this doctor, Yuka, you feel something pop. A spell, an incantation, a curse. And then you see a roiling tsunami of black, inky pus erupt from Vassal. It was a curse, Yuka, but you never asked what for or what about. I'm going to need a Constitution save and a Strength saving throw from you.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That's
Two different rolls?
Suffer.
2 different rolls?
2 different rolls.
And I feel for our viewers who might not remember, we looked at the Mr. Vitale a while back when Yuka was in a pod with goo, and he was doing some creepy stuff, at least that I thought, with necromancy, and trying to heal with said necromancy.
Correct?
So you could take it away.
It's a 9 for the con save, and a 19 for the strength save.
Give me a second. Chems are going to cut out for a second while I look at my notes. Because I need to know what actually happens with this infection level.
Nothing happens, actually. We broke the curse. I just said curse breaker, and it broke the curse, and we're done. It's good. Everything's fine.
Yes. Yes. So,
See, we won. We won, and the ending is very satisfying, and everyone was here for it, and it was very good.
Yuka, what was your strength saving throw?
My strength saving throw was 19.
Yuka, you were able to keep your footing. However, you were not able to close your mouth in time.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Your mouth, your nose, your eyes, every orifice of your body is coated and covered in this sludge. You feel it in your windpipe, in your stomach, and where previously it had been just a little bit numb, you now feel your body grow cold as you feel your strength being sapped from you. Cam and Fig, your visions on Yuka begin to shudder and static. And you begin to see a mask, a white mask, eyeless, growing in her chest. Yuka, you are fighting to maintain control of your body. You can still stand. You've not been blown out of this room by the force. Throgan has. But you are able to just barely push through, wipe this pus, this gunk, this phlegm out of your eyes, to see that wire that traveled upwards, and those tendrils that grew out of Vassal. They have been unleashed, and they are angry at you. They are angry at everything here. Vassal's corpse lies on the ground dead. It is no longer animated to breathe, to pump blood. I need you all to enter initiative.
Yep.
I would like to stress, as you enter initiative, you have a roiling mass of tendrils in front of Yuka. And this wave of infection that has been released. You don't necessarily have an enemy here that can be killed.
You're cutting a little bit.
With the
Hello. You don't necessarily have an enemy here that can be killed with blades alone. So, initiative.
Good roll.
7.
18.
That was also 7, but I have a -1 to initiative, so that's a 6.
Hello, anytime the sound cuts out, it's me doing it on purpose to save you from the drilling sounds. Hello. So, I will let Cam go first. Hang on, don't go yet.
In fact, I might even be great, some might say.
I'd like to ask DM a question. Does the corpse of Vitale, does that mean it's not been longer than dead, no longer than 10 days, and he wasn't an undead?
He had definitely done necromancy on himself.
Yeah, but was he dead? That's the
He
question.
was in stasis. Why?
So, because I can raise the dead, maybe.
You can certainly
This-
raise Vassal if you try.
This is blasphemy that is funny to Yuka, so she's okay with it.
It's just that the spell in question is, I'd have to touch him, which is a whiles away, but can't have been dead longer than 10 days, and it can't have been undead when it died. So that would be, yeah, he sort of seemed a little bit that.
Technically, this spell would work on him.
Okay.
Anyways, Cam, you get to go first.
Okay, just to clarify some things. Is Yuka currently still conscious?
Yes, Yuka is.
Okay. Is Yuka, like, anywhere near close to dying?
Yuka...
From...
We're great.
That's awesome. That fucking rules.
I would say,
Yuka
what is it, like,
definitely
you
is
just...
infected, but she has not lost any hit points.
Okay. Yuka's infected, but not lost any hit points. We are still connected through the threads because I can see through Yuka.
Yes, this is correct.
We're not connected to Slogan.
Yes, this is correct. Also, for the purposes of this combat, Throgan is not your problem. Throgan does not exist.
No, that's fair, but I just wanted to check. Can I just see if I can yoink on the threads to bring physical Yuka to right next to me?
Yes. Yes, you can. Cam, I am going to need you to give me a wisdom ability check.
Ability check, okay. So, okay. That's a 16.
Cam, as you begin to tug on this wire that connects Yuka to you, you are able to very easily move her limbs. Very easily move her limbs. There is almost no resistance. Where before, you could definitely tell that Yuka had her own thoughts about things. Now those are fading, and you were able to very easily puppet her around. You could definitely get her to leave. However, that is going to take time, and there are going to be people who can stop you, because that is somebody inside the city trying to leave. If you want to try and basically yoink her back, you would need to keep trying this. This is a good start, but it's not going to do it this turn.
Okay. So with that, I will tell Fig, like, this is what I'm doing, you can help, or you can prepare something to maybe contain whatever shit Yuka just inhaled.
Yeah.
But in any case, in approximately, like, as soon as I can manage, Yuka will be right here.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yuka, it's your turn.
Okay. She is gonna focus on the threat right in front of her. She still is holding the sword, correct?
Yes, you are.
Hear me, Blade. Will you aid me in destroying this infection?
If you name me such, I can.
Perfect. Infection breaker. Swing!
What are you swinging at?
She's swinging at all of the wires that are dripping goo.
Okay, so
The ones that are writhing around and are angry. So she's she's aiming for a moving target.
Listen to me very quickly. The ones that are writhing around angry are not dripping goo. Like they're dripping it as in they are covered in it and it's there.
Okay.
There is exactly one wire that appears very similar to the golden wires on the party members.
Okay.
However, it is hollow. It extends upwards, and every so often there is a single drip of this tar stuff down towards Vassal's body.
Okay, then that's the one.
And here's the other fun thing. When you killed Vassal, it broke.
Is it still dripping?
It's still dripping.
I think what she's thinking is if I slice the part of it that's broken and dripping and I name it Infection Breaker, maybe that cauterizes the wire and doesn't let it come in to the world. Like it's contained in the wire itself.
All right, yep, I see what you're doing. Please roll me an attack roll.
Come on, baby! Okay, that's not terrible. And then 17.
With a 17, you are going to be able to slice across it, and you watch as Infection Breaker, as you slice across the bottom of this wire, it tips it off almost like a glass tube. And you watch as the next drip gets stuck. And the next drip adds to it. And adds to it. And it slowly, inside this tube, is an increasing amount of this ooze.
Okay.
Fig. Would you like to use your movement or your bonus action?
I don't think I can. I can... No. Go ahead to Fig, because I think that I used up everything that I can do.
Fig, what you doing?
Yeah, I'm guessing Yuka's probably a fair distance away.
Like down 4 levels, however far that is in feet.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's quite a few feet.
It's sort of like
More than 5.
Mm-hmm.
Likely more than 10 too, even.
She's like 5 kilometers away.
She's like 5 kilometers away. What are you planning, Fig?
What's 10 in feet?
I'm trying to...
Several miles.
That doesn't help me. I don't know miles.
That's not gonna help.
Hundreds of feet. She's hundreds of feet away.
Yeah, that's so many feet away.
Several miles would even be thousands of feet away if I'm remembering my like things.
I don't remember my conversions. I'm sorry. May, I will stop interrupting.
It's like, if this is the other 5th level spell I take, I can I can summon a celestial to go and help you. Which currently
This is a joke. This is not canon. This is not canon. Please listen to me, DM. This is not canon. This is a joke. But you just send down light and she comes down and she's like, now what the fuck did you do that for?
So what you can't hear in my brain is the dial-up noises and also the like send in the clowns music. Like sorry, no, the spinning monkeys track. Because I'm having to sit here and go, oh crap, if they summon a celestial, is light just coming down here? Hang on.
Because I didn't take dawn as a spell. That would be different light. But because I think my 2 5th level spells are, I wanted legend lore because I like that, it makes sense for Fig, and then celestial can be both defend and attack. So I think that is what I would like to take as my next
Yeah.
spell.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you no because you are allowed a spell on level up, which you have not yet selected.
Yep.
I am a bit disappointed that Vassal's just going to die here, you know. R.I.P.
He's
I'm
dead
okay with
already. So yeah, I'm not gonna raise the dead.
But you could raise the
unfortunately.
dead in like an hour.
Up to 10 days, I've heard.
I mean, that takes a while. That I'd have to like sit this out.
Val, I'm so sorry to tell you that our friendship with Vassal is over.
Your friendship with Vassal is so over.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like an appropriate end to his story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Unless.
Anyways, what's Fig doing?
So Fig, with his blurry, like 3 times vision that he currently has, he's basically gaining another blurry set of vision because he's gonna summon a celestial, which is a range of 80 feet or 90 feet. So I'm basically gonna try to push it the furthest into the city that I can.
Yes.
And it's sort of like I'm focusing quite hard on like just the idea of so I choose either Avenger or Defender for the stats of it, and it is, I think I'm focusing Defender because I'd like to defend Yuka that's far away and getting, I don't know, surrounded. So that's sort of, I focus on the vision, my connection to Yuka through the strings, and that I would like her healthy and hale and whole, and then I send my energy toward completing that action.
Fig, what you are able to sense is, in your portion of vision, another set of vision appears. However, it's completely black. Rather, you get the other senses just a little bit more prevalent. Touch, proprioception, hearing. You know that you have summoned something deep into the city, probably on the border between the first and the second level.
Yep.
It will take you 2 more turns to get to Yuka if this thing uses its full movement each turn.
That's fair.
You are aware that you have summoned something, and you can feel that same mustard-colored arcane energy around it. I am going to, out of game, tell you that it is not a celestial creature. Because it is instead
Yeah.
something that is associated with your god.
Yeah, that. It's just the name of the spell. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. So
Mhm.
that brings us to lair actions. Oh,
The creature shares my initiative count. It takes its turn immediately after mine.
never mind. What's your creature doing?
It's basically just like it's like a homing beacon, like figuring out the best way. Because I'm imagining that it's a bipedal, four-limbed, sort of work-esque thing. It might have a few more limbs. I don't know. It might phase it in and out. Um, but yeah, it's sort of like trying to figure out the best pathway that a bird would take a very direct route, but this one's gonna have to maybe go on some streets.
You get the sense of this thing sort of moving around, trying to get a sense of its surroundings. And then very purposeful footsteps. Not sprinting, but rather walking in a way that you feel anyone in front of it is moving out of the way. You know that realistically buildings and debris are not going to like jump up and spring out of this thing's way. Yet that is exactly the energy you feel. It is moving in such a way that the earth, not the earth, sorry, it is moving in such a way that the crafted items around it almost seem to be helping it along. By the end of your turn, by the end of its turn, sorry, I think it gets to be mid third layer. So next round, it could end its turn at Yuka.
Yep.
Lair actions. Yuka. The
Mm.
first thing that happens is all of those tendrils in front of you are lashing and writhing and have found warm flesh. Healthy, hale flesh. And they are going to strike out at you.
Okay.
The first one is a 16. The second one is a 16. And the third one is a 12. How many of those hit?
All of them.
All
My
of them.
my AC is dog shit.
No worries. I've also realized that I have digital dice that I can roll, and then people at home can see what I'm rolling. Lamau. So all of
But
those
it's
hit.
more fun.
This is true. For damage, I need you to take 15 bludgeoning damage. And I am going to need you to take don't panic at this number. A reduction of 4 to your maximum HP.
What kind of... I can't see any resistances I have. Sure, fine. That's okay.
Yuka.
Yeah?
As these tendrils hit you, they swat you around. You feel already that you're going to have bruises where they've contacted you. However,
Okay.
every place they've contacted you, your skin, your flesh, starts to go numb. The second action that happens is you watch as those slow and steady drips of infection slowly start to speed up. It's not a stream yet, but it's definitely getting faster. You have maybe 3 rounds until it starts truly flowing. It is still stuck inside the tube. It is still backing up inside of it. The last thing that happens is you feel Curse Breaker in your hands. Infection Breaker, sorry, in your hands. You feel a little bit of the crossguard crumble off of the sword. I am sorry. Whatever that magic was, it was very powerful.
You did what it is you were supposed to do.
Thank you.
And I'm
Miss
sorry
Maya.
that it harmed you.
There is no apology needed, miss. It is what I was made for.
Perhaps I should rephrase. I feel badly that you were harmed.
There is no need to. As I said, miss, it is what I was made for.
And I was made to feel.
I cannot hold it against you. The last thing to happen is the corpse on the floor takes a shuddering gulp.
Bastard.
This bitch cannot stop making it about him. This isn't about you anymore. I'm so mean to him. I'm sorry.
As he breathes, the perforation in his lung from where you stabbed through his heart oozes more of this black fluid, this ink
Stop.
around you.
Stop this. Stop.
Yes, ooze, goo, goo. We're back at the top of initiative. Go, Cam.
Well, Cam is just gonna keep pulling as hard as possible. Is there anything I could do to, like, pull harder?
I'm thinking, give me a second.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right now, what you're trying to do is you're more pulling at Yuka, the strings.
Mhm.
You could try and pick the whole puppet up if you wanted to. However, you get the very distinct feeling that doing that is going to be a break in how this world is supposed to work, and therefore is not going to be a wisdom save. It's going to be something else.
Yeah. I'll just keep pulling the way I was before. Just because this is the method I am confident in could work. Or
As
would
you
work.
keep pulling, Yuka, you feel more and more that gentle lead that you had on you is getting tighter and tighter and tighter.
Mamiel.
You are very confident that the next time this pull happens, you will be yanked towards the entrance of Ironcliff.
Gotta make this one count.
Do you want to do anything else, Cam?
Could we communicate over, like, the connection?
You know that Yuka cannot hear what you're doing. You do know that you can make Yuka say things.
I can make Yuka say things. Yes. We can make Yuka say things. So I'm trying to figure out what the shortest way I could say, like, you're coming back in a few seconds signal if you don't want to. But I don't know how how you would do that. No.
Yuka, you feel...
I will say thumbs up if you want to be pulled back. If you go down, I'll pull you back too.
Yuka, you feel your mouth and your throat and your voice box making words against your will. And it says, thumbs up if you want to come back. If you go down, I'm pulling you back too.
Okay.
Yuka is
Then
giving a big thumbs down.
That means next round I won't be pulling.
She says, not yet. Not quite yet.
Okay.
I love you,
Next,
Cam.
is that the end of your turn, Cam?
Okay. I don't know what I could do, but I do want to just look around, just in the fig and meat space, if there's anything. I don't expect there to be, because it was like daytime, but also
The one
Better
thing
keep
that you do see is the tendrils that are currently escaping from the Ironcliff gate have gotten more energetic. They've gotten more vivacious. They're where previously it was almost like bait in a bucket that had been spilled over. Now they seem more driven. Like they are actively seeking out new people. There's a few of them that are wrapping around Hoskati's like wall of force. She doesn't seem to she doesn't seem to notice them at all. You notice that there are a couple of them that are starting to reach out towards you and Fig, because you are the next healthy people that they have.
okay. Would pulling on the thing, that would be my action, I'm assuming.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Okay. Then in that case, I'll keep an eye on that and like prepare for a thumbs up.
Cool. Yuka, you're up next.
Okay. So the body is still spouting goo, right?
Yes.
She doesn't want to burn Throgan's home to the ground, but also, like...
I'm so sorry, Thogan. It's going to happen.
Okay, she's gonna save... What can she do? What can she do here?
I do want to
Here's
remind you that Throgan's home is currently covered in a very thick layer of this inky black ooze.
Here's a
Here's a
dumb idea.
Yeah.
She's gonna cast Lesser Restoration on Vassel's body.
Can you please read me what Lesser Restoration does, Sunny K?
Lesser Restoration involves you touching a creature and can end either one disease or one condition afflicting it. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. She's going to end the disease in Vassel's body.
Absolutely. As you, Yuka, reach forward and touch Vassel's corpse, you can feel that the pulsing, this rhythmic pulsing through his veins, through his arteries, its veins, its arteries, stops. It doesn't vanish instantly. It's not that sort of fairy tale. You do watch as it slowly, almost bite by bite, is absorbed by something, some primal force. Something trimming back the weeds. Some kudzu, taking whatever it can as nutrition. The tide of ooze that is coming out of Vassel's body as it gasps on the ground finally stops. And as you feel the disease has been cleared from Vassel's body.
The disease has
been cleared from Vassel's body. Vassel's body too stops moving permanently.
She closes his eyes.
You're sure he would have words to say about that?
Well, you're not here to say them now, are you?
Do you do anything else with your turn?
She's going to take, like, she's just going to position herself in such a way that if she needs to, she can take point and, like, defend herself. And she also is going to give a thumbs up, like, okay, now I'm good. Okay, now I'm good.
With that...
Is that Fig turn, or are we out of initiative?
No, it's Fig turn. It's Fig turn first. So, Fig, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's... like at this time, I'm seeing the other tentacles sort of writhe in our direction and in the general Scotty's direction. So, it's like, I'm just waiting on my buddy slash friend to hopefully get to where Yuka is.
Do you want to
So
hold an
I'm
action
just
or
gonna-
anything like that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a cantrip, Sacred Flame, just sort of like, I don't know exactly what orientation we are, but I'm like, I'd like to just maybe direct the writhing wires away from said general and
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, give me a ranged attack.
Range attack, it's 60 feet, so sort of just like, I don't want to burn like a house down, but
Luckily, it's
maybe
made out
like,
of stone, so you're fine.
yep. Other things. So it is just a cantrip. It's not a spell of the rule for spells. Target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take the radiant damage.
Saving throw, yes. I can tell you right now that these guys are not going to pass their saving throw. What stat is it?
Dexterity.
Yeah, that's about what I thought. How does a 7 work?
I doubt it.
I don't think it does. I am positive it does not beat your
No.
spell save DC. So,
Yeah, because I rolled that and I use that for my spells. So yeah, that's a... Yeah, that's a 19.
yeah.
And then I need to find a D8 so I can roll you. Yep. And because I'm using it and I've reached a certain level, you get, well, that's a 1. But the other one, that one's a 6, so you get 7 points of radiant damage.
You watch as this thing, as soon as these flames sort of touch against these tendrils, the goo itself almost evaporates. It's not like it's gone completely. It doesn't like poof it out of existence. It's more just something about this spell has changed its form. And instead of these thick, heavy droplets of liquid, instead you see that these almost look like beams of light. You've done many damage to this thing. Congratulations. You see a couple of the tendrils, 2 of the tendrils, in fact, have completely vanished from this wiry black state. There are still many working to escape the Ironcliff.
And as a bonus, I'm gonna yell at General Huscati. I'm just burning some infection.
I can see it. I know you can't.
Thank you. I'm going to continue closing the gate. Your construct gets to go next. Your summon. So, it continues moving through the undergrowth of this domain. Like I said, it will get to about halfway through the 3rd floor by the time its turn ends. And still you see, or you feel rather, that as it is moving through these underground areas, anything constructed almost seems to bend and allow its passage. People, even plague-ridden people, something about this thing's aura is just making them move out of the way. I don't know if you've ever like squared your shoulders, angled your head down, and just walked. But it's sort of that same experience you get of people just stepping to the side because they know you're going through that space, whether they're there or not. We now move to lair actions. The body on the ground is a corpse. Simply dead. Cursebreaker does not lose any more. However, those tendrils are still present and are still active. Yuka, you are going to need to tell me, give me a second for the dice to actually roll on the thing.
My AC is 12.
Yes, but that was also 3d20 added together. So you're going to take 2 hits from a 15 and a 13. I am then going to need you to are at 2d6 plus 4 and slash R2d4. I'm going to need you to take for me 13 bludgeoning damage as more of these tendrils slam into you, as well as a 3 HP reduction in your maximum HP.
We're still up.
You're still up.
We're still looking good. We still have over half.
One of these
Not worried yet.
tendrils lashes past you, and instead of catching you, manages to just barely nick Infection Breaker's blade. And you see something very similar to what Fig saw up on the surface. As it touches Infection Breaker's blade, the black, thick cables, this black ooze that drips, it almost gets transformed into beams of light as one of these tendrils falls away. With that, we're back at the top of initiative. Cam,
Yeah, I got a thumbs up, so I'm pulling.
you begin pulling Yuka. Yuka, you feel your body moving at a dash speed. I think that's 70 foot for you, back towards the surface.
Question mark? What's that mean?
Yuka and Cam, you both see a construct in front of Yuka. It's massive. About the size of Fig, if not half a head taller. It's made out of what looks to be intricately carved jewels and gemstones, silica carbides, metals, alloys that by all rights shouldn't exist. It's held together with almost the pure essence of arcana, of arcane energy, animating joints, blinking together sensory arrays. However, where eyes would be, you see that the sockets are covered by a single cloth wrapped around its head. A cloth embroidered with 3 mustard-colored eyes in a tulip pattern. Fig, you sense that Yuka is at the construct, is at your summon, and if you chose, you would be able to pick her up and tell the summon to leave with her. Cam, do you do anything else on your turn?
I don't know. The tendrils at the gate were like burned by the previous round.
Yes, there are still more.
I'm gonna. No, I'm not. Only make it more difficult. Do I need, like, what's the name of it? It's touch. Wait, no, never mind.
What do you want to try?
I was thinking, like, if enhanced ability would do anything, if I could touch the construct through space, but I don't know if that would work. And I also don't know what that would actually benefit.
So I will tell you that you would not be able to cast on the construct right now from a touch range. You could cast on Yuka from a touch range.
Honestly, yes. I will enhance ability on Yuka to give advantage on Constitution checks because, like, we saw that breathing there was not beneficial to your health.
This is true. With that,
Yep.
you get advantage on Constitution checks. Congratulations.
And you also gain 2d6 temporary hit points.
That's snazzy.
Do I need to roll those or does Yuka roll those?
Up to you two how you want to do that.
Okay, D6. Do you want to roll?
No, go ahead.
Okay, thanks.
Can I know how much temporary HP you get?
Nope.
5. Nice.
Oh.
2d6?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. With that, Yuka, it's your turn. There's a big construct in front of you.
I think she's gonna recognize the holy symbol of the deity.
Of Tom, yeah.
Did she know it's Tom at this point?
I mean, if you know the, like...
If we know it's fake simple.
Yeah.
I think she like looks at it, cocks her head, and is like, really? It took him this long to figure it out? He's so smart.
No, I mean, no, things known. It's just that he hasn't told anyone.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Feeling well that.
Also, like, I just wanted to, like, kneel down and then, like, piggyback you on its back.
She
Fireman carry, let's go.
she's gonna first of all she's going to say, "Hail and well met." Slap herself with lesser restoration.
Yeah, sure, you hit yourself with a lesser restoration. I'm guessing you're curing the illness inside of you, huh?
She lets herself be carried.
Yeah, fair enough. You get fireman picked up. Yuka, as your front half goes over the shoulders of this construct, you notice that there's a bird-shaped person sort of like holding on to the back of the construct.
That's a very fucking thing.
You just get a little wave.
I don't know what a relief it is to see you here, my friend.
What a
Let's
relief.
go.
And you go. Fig, on your turn. I'm going to have you. Sorry. What do you do on your turn? I should ask.
Yeah. Fig goes first.
Fig goes first.
It's like, really sad I wasn't in the room with the undead. So I can turn the undead. Anyway.
I'm sorry.
Vassal, we're torturing you before we kill you.
Just a little bit.
We can always we can bring him back this time because it'd be funny. We can come back and bring him back then.
It's like, yeah, I'm pretty good at just, I don't know, burning another spot. Like, I'm thinking it's now like a pathway for my construct to go through, so I like try to like line them up
Yeah.
so that it can get close. So yeah, I'm just sacred flaming.
You Sacred Flame. I'm going to need to make another roll for you. If my foundry will respond. Does a
Yay!
17. I don't think a 17 passes your spell save. Because I thought you said 19.
I can't like see it. So
Oh. I
It's
trust you.
somewhere out
Hang on.
there.
I can double check for you. Give me a second. As all of the cameras cut out because I'm tabbed out.
I
Spells?
can like 17 or something.
Your spell DC is 14.
Ah, no.
So, it succeeds. Does it take half damage on a success?
That's just not
Oh. Oh, man. Unfortunate.
It like it tries to do a few sparks and then they just like get swallowed by goo.
No, the goo. With that, we move to your construct's turn.
Yep.
Your construct starts by sprinting towards the surface. It will get to just barely the transition between the first floor and the second floor, carrying both Yuka and Throgan with it. Do you want it to take any other actions?
It has one per day healing touch.
Yep.
So I'd like to do that on the good Yuka.
Absolutely.
I don't think. I mean, unless Throgan's worse off, but I think Throgan's okay.
Throgan is completely fine. Don't worry about Throgan.
Yeah, and the target regains hit points equals to 2d8 plus 5.
Thank you. Do you want to roll?
No, I dropped a d8.
Okay, I got it. 2d8 plus 5, you said?
Yes.
Okay. 8, 11, 16. Thank you.
So,
It's what he's supposed to do. It's what he's supposed to do as a healer.
It's a 5th level spell.
Let's go.
So much.
With that, we move to lair actions. The first thing that will happen is it will move to attack these tendrils. Will move to attack you. They're not close enough to attack you and they're not close enough to attack Fig and Cam, so they'll instead try and attack the construct. Which do you know the construct's AC, May?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Can you tell that to me?
It is, because I put in the defender, it is 18.
Perfect. Okay.
3.
Oh no.
So, luckily only one of those hits. Unluckily, it is a nat 20 that hits. So just give me a second here. 1d6 /r 1d4. Okay, so the construct is only going to take 6 damage, and it is going to reduce its maximum HP by 4. Not the worst. Not the worst.
Pretty sweet deal, all things considered.
Considering the nat 20, yes. The second lair action that will happen is Hoscoti will start closing the gate. If your friends do
Just
not...
for clarification,
Yes.
so like the overall health, is it like, would I get rid of that first and then like minus the other temporary, or?
Yes, get rid of damage first and then just knock off max HP. Hoscoti is going to start closing the gate. You have one more round to make it through before it is closed, and your friends are trapped on the inside until somebody opens it up again. If you don't want to do anything different the next round, you will be able to get your friends out, because the construct will make it in one more turn of movement. However, as you begin to close the gate, there are still 3 tendrils lashing towards the outside. You 3 can make a choice on whether you let them get severed by the gate, or whether you try and basically clear them before the gate closes. Do you have a preference?
I
I
would
still
like to burn them.
Okay. That sounds awesome.
Then,
And also just moving is different from
Yes, correct.
My construct can use it.
Then, Cam, you're up first. What do you do?
I burn. I'm just trying to figure out which version of burn I do. Because I could go way, like, overpowered wall of fire, which would probably clear all three in one go. But also,
Where's the
I
general?
haven't read wall of fire in, like, a bit. Okay, so it's only within the area that people get burned.
Yes.
Okay, also with it, if a creature enters term within 10 feet of that side, or one side of the wall, okay. The other side deals no damage. Okay. I'll do that, partially because it's fucking cool to just go fire.
Certainly.
And partially because then hopefully all three in one go.
Yeah.
I will also wait a second before I do that. I'm gonna double check something because you have put me on this before, which is where's the thing? Where's my phone?
Make sure that General Scotty knows what's going on. I don't want her to be.
I am not gonna do that because they're both concentration, and I care more about Yuka's life than I do about going dramatic. So in that case, I'll just throw a produce flame at the biggest one, I guess.
Absolutely.
Which is a cantrip.
Can you throw produce flame, or can it only be touch?
I can also attack with the flame.
Perfect.
When
Give
you
me.
cast a spell, you can hurl the flame at a creature within 30 feet of you. Make a ranged spell attack. On a hit, they take 1d8 fire damage.
Give me a ranged spell attack.
That's a spell attack, which is like you're casting modifier, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 16.
16 will hit.
So that's
Roll me damage.
No, that's a 10. I got the wrong one. 8 for 6.
For 6 damage, you are going to be able to watch as one of these creatures. Just the same thing happens where previously it's this black cable. As this flame sort of passes, actually, is it radiant damage or is it fire damage?
Fire.
As this passes over it, you're going to watch as the cable itself begins melting and just sort of turning into goose. The cable is no longer there, but there's just some like ooze sitting on the ground. You notice that it does not turn into light when you kill it this way.
But I did see it turn into light when. Wait, did I don't see these from the construct point of view, so I didn't see the radiant burn.
No, but you
So
did see Fig's Sacred Flame, which was radiant.
Oh, yes, okay. So that doesn't help me much because I don't think I have radiant with me. But it's good to know.
Yeah. Yuka, it is your turn.
Is there anything immediately around us that could bring harm to the construct?
To the construct, there are some tendrils that are lashing out at it. I did forget, on lair actions, you needed to make a constitution save. You have advantage.
Well,
You have advantage.
I think 13.
13 is enough.
Okay.
You again take this shuddering breath, and you feel the inside of your esophagus starting to go a little bit numb. You don't think anything has happened.
I cast Lesser Restoration to get rid of my own disease. Is that so? I still need to make those saves.
Yeah. So the saves are from actively traveling through an infected area.
Gotcha.
Okay. Basically, and this is sort of the mechanics of what's going on here. Is if you fail a save, the next save gets harder to make.
Gotcha.
You cast Lesser Restoration, so you're back at level 0.
It's already inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to attack any of the tendrils attacking the construct?
Is it possible to just, of baseball players like, I'm gonna bunt this, and they just hold the bat out?
Yes.
I think she's going to ask the sword's permission first, before she does it. Shall I aid you in continuing doing what it is you do best?
Certainly.
Infection breaker. She's gonna hold it out and then just let the construct run, and then whatever touches it on the way, it just gets sliced.
Yuka, you watch as you sort of like cap off a whole bunch of these
Mowing the
tendrils.
lawn.
Yeah, you're mowing the lawn a little bit. At some point, you do notice that there's like a pillar coming your way, so you sort of like pull the sword in, so you don't shatter it.
Of course.
Fig, that leaves us to you.
Yeah, and it is so what Cam was saying, where it's the I gotta keep my concentration on this so I don't make my own personal weapon, because it's also concentration, which is why I'm just casting Sacred Flame against.
Yeah, fair enough. That's for me. That's for me to do. Oh. That's gonna pass. A 19 does in fact pass. With that, we move to your construct. Now, your construct is going to be able to run out of the gates this turn. And you are going to see not only this construct, this divine creature, run out, but you're also going to see Yuka carried by it, and the tiniest amount of Throgan on its back.
So yeah, to me it's, as it reaches the other side of the gate, it's gonna sort of like slough off into like a backpack lid. Drop them outside, and then basically do its melee attack roll on the tendrils that are, in the opening of the gate.
Yeah, naturally, absolutely. Can you roll its melee attack for me?
That's 18. 10. Okay. It's like I'm trying to, because it says melee attack roll bonus equals your attack or spell attack modifier. That
Yes.
is my spell attack modifier.
Yes, that would be your spell attack modifier.
Can you tell me what my spell attack modifier is?
What is your wisdom?
It's
Should
your
be wisdom,
proficiency.
yeah?
Wisdom, so proficiency.
Okay.
Yeah, wisdom.
Carry.
So yeah, that is 14.
Yeah. That very much does it. You watch as this construct just raises, what you notice is a smithing hammer. Sort of pulls it almost out of one of its joints, out of one of its arms, and just smashes through the last two of these tendrils. Both of these, because I think this is radiant damage, both of these evaporating into beams of light. And you are out of initiative.
That was my roll to hit. I didn't roll to hit.
That was your roll to hit! Sorry, my bad. It still does hit. Oops.
I'm pretty sure I have enough because it is 17 points of radiant damage.
That's more. That's a higher number. That's a higher number. Yes, you have evaporated them. Congratulations. You watch as this construct brings a smithing hammer, out of one of its arms and just slams through both of these tendrils, both of them evaporating into beams of light, before Hoskati slams the gate shut. You are out of initiative.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Did we have any indication that this Scully noticed, like, the tendrils after they were, like, hit?
No, you had no indication of that.
Damn it. Then again, I'm trying to look through, like, multiple people's perspectives, so...
It's very confusing when they're all looking at you.
It's very interesting to see myself from someone else's point of view.
Your horns are a bit crooked.
Yeah, I'll start fixing that while I have the new
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking that, like, Cam, because you got so many different visions, you try to, like, meld to what you think you should look like, but it shit.
Dude, I'm sure at some point I will look vaguely like a creature of some kind.
With that, you have freed at least one individual in Ironcliff from the burden of infection. Whether or not that is good for the city is yet to be seen. You all have a chance to sit, to catch your breath. Throgan is safe as he peels off his clothing covered in this muck and ooze. You see that
Can
he
I
is...
burn it?
Yes, you can burn it.
Yes! Fire!
Boosh!
I'm gonna pray over it so that it's now a holy fire.
I think you need to put some holy water into it for that to work.
I've got that.
I'm thinking Hogan might have that actually.
You burn his infected clothing, and you are able to sit there, a whole party once again. You do notice that Throgan has brought some goodies with him, but I will leave that for next session for Feather to describe. For now, congratulations on surviving another session. Only 3-ish more to go. 4-ish more to go.
An idea for where we're going next.
With that said, who wants to mention who they are and where people can find you?
Hello, my name is Sunny K, and if you liked the music you heard in this stream, there's a good chance that I made it. And it's available for purchase and download at heysunnyk.bandcamp.com. If you're not interested in that music, that's okay. You've got money that's burning a hole in your pocket. There are a ton of really incredible causes, companies, organizations, charities, and medical groups that are doing really great work to help people who are desperately in need of that good work. My number one is Doctors Without Borders, Médecins Sans Frontières. If you are interested in donating, they have a lot of really modest, teeny tiny donation amounts that they accept, and all of them go to a really great cause. There's also UNWRA and the PCRF. There are also mutual aid organizations all over, everywhere right now that is hard hit within the United States, and the rest of North America is my purview because it's the most relevant to the work that I do. But if there is something nearby you that is, near and dear to your heart and actually tangibly helps and improves the material conditions of people around you, I strongly encourage you to look to see what you can do to help there. Thank you.
That being said, I'm gonna move over from, charity stuff to me and where you can find us. Yeah, I know, I always feel like kind of bad following you up with that one. If you like what we are doing here, you can follow us over on YouTube at Nalise RPG. That is my personal channel where you can find all of our old VODs, so you can catch up to the story so far. Additionally, if you want to be up to date on our schedules on when we are going to stream, please go ahead and follow my Ko-fi or my Patreon. Both of them are /Nalise. I post schedules there so that you know when we plan on playing. Next weekend, we will not be playing. And I'm trying to see if the weekend after that, so the 22nd, I'm trying to see if we will be back on the 15th or the 22nd. It's on the Ko-fi or the Patreon. I don't remember off the top of my head. Go look there. Additionally, please follow me here on Twitch, @Nalise, if you want to catch our live streams. That's things from me. By the way, just so you are aware, the Ko-fi and the Patreon are free to follow. Most of the stuff on there is free because it's mostly just to get word out to you guys about stuff going on. So, and the last plug I need to do, all of the lovely portraits that we have on our stream are done by Randa's Art. He is one of our stream regulars. He does also occasionally take commissions. I do not know if his commissions are open right now, but that might be a thing to check if you look for it. Yes.
He also has an indie mobile game available for download on the Google Play Store called Delve, Soldiers of Fortune and Folly. So go check that out if you like turn-based medieval games of that sort.
You will recognize at least 2 voices. Raku, yes, that is correct. We are not streaming on the 8th of June. Yeah. We're off next week. So, with all of that, I'm going to set you up for a raid. I'm going to have you go and raid, hopefully Spoon's Tavern if he's still streaming, and make sure to tell him that I sent you. So, with all of that, I hope your games are good. I hope your roles service the story, and I hope you have fun once more with feeling. Say bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Off Baratar, shining shores, fine sailing folk are we. The line between the sea and sky, our only boundary. On crashing waves and even tides, we'll navigate the sea. Steadfast our mission in our minds to keep these waters free.